Hey boys and girls, this is Miss Cheryl with the final video in our time capsule series for this week. So if you're watching this video, that means you've watched all the other videos for this week and you should be ready for the last step, which is to actually put your time capsule together. So if you are finished, that means you have completed your time capsule book, right? Title page, all about me, your numbers page, your where you're living now page, how you're feeling, what you're doing, handprints of the people that live in your home with you right now, what you want to remember the most or what you will remember the most about 2020 so far. It's only halfway over. And then your letters from your family. And I didn't have a chance to put my letters from my family on here, but I will definitely do that before I do the final step for me personally for my time capsule. So that's your book. You can take a stapler, and I don't have a stapler here, but you can take a stapler and just kind of staple it together. If you have a stapler, I don't have one, so guess what? I'm just going to fold my book in half so that it all stays together when I put it in my time capsule. So, time capsule. You can use pretty much lots of different things for the time capsule. You could use a tote with a lid, which I did not have one here small. I only had like the huge ginormous ones, so I didn't really want to use those. But if you have a small one that you don't use, you could use that. You could just use an Amazon box. If your family is anything like Miss Cheryl, I always have Amazon boxes laying around my house that need to be broken down and recycled. I did find this huge coffee container. I could empty this out. This actually still has coffee in it, but I could empty this out and I could put all my stuff that I want to use for my time capsule down in here. Like a big container like this, like it's an oatmeal container, that would work as well. What I found is going to work best for Miss Cheryl is I found a shoebox. So Mr. Fracassi recently bought a pair of shoes. This is his shoebox. This is what I'm going to use for my time capsule. So, time capsule. The whole idea of a time capsule is to be able to catch a moment in time and then go back to it. And when you, like a long time from now, go back to it, and it helps you remember what was going on at the time that you put your time capsule together. So we definitely have our book that captured a bunch of different information about us. The other thing we want to do is put some things in our time capsule that'll help us remember this particular time. So for me, I went around my house and I kind of picked up some different things that I thought would be interesting. You could include these in your time capsule as well if you have something similar at your house, or you can do something different. Like it's your personal preference what you want to include in your time capsule. So for this particular time capsule, because of everything that's going on with COVID-19 and coronavirus, which is actually the same thing, schools closing, being home, Horizons is at home this year. So just all those kind of different things. I wanted to put some things in my box to help me remember that we needed to use a lot of hand sanitizer during this time. I talked about it earlier in one of my other videos. It was the great toilet paper shortage. So I want to include a empty roll of toilet paper in my time capsule. Let me put these right here. I don't know if I can't see. Oh well. For me personally, I took up a lot of new hobbies during this time. So I made a bunch of masks for people that needed them. I made like over 100 different masks for people that needed them, and I donated them to local organizations. So I'm going to include a mask in mine. If you don't have an extra mask to include in yours, you don't have to. But if you happen to have an extra one and you want to include that in your time capsule, perfect. The other thing I'm going to actually include is the directions for making a mask. I thought that would be interesting, so I'm going to put that in my box. Hobbies for me also. I started painting some rocks, and this particular rock kind of looked like the coronavirus. It wasn't intentional, wasn't supposed to look that way, but kind of turned out looking that way. And then actually on the back, Miss Cheryl lives in Betterton. I had 2020 on the back, so I'm going to include that in my time capsule. And a couple more things that I'm going to include. I think I mentioned in another video, I had learned right at the very beginning of 2020, I learned how to crochet. So I'm going to include, I had made a bunch of these little hearts to practice crocheting. So I have a bunch of them because I was just practicing, so I was making a bunch of different ones. So I put all of them in a bag. I'm going to seal that up. I'm going to include that in my time capsule. And then for me right now, the other thing that I could think of is I wanted to include something about Horizons, because we are having Horizons at home this summer because we needed to social distance and we just couldn't be safe by being together, which makes me so very sad because I love Horizons and I look forward to it every summer. But we still are able to kind of get together through our videos. But I wanted to include something in the box about Horizons. So this is the letter that came home in your Horizons at Home box. It had, like, you had your Kindle and you had the bears and the art kit and those types of things, and this letter went home. So I thought that would be something easy to include in my box. For you, the other thing that I was thinking about is Miss Cheryl has sent out postcards to every kiddo, twice so far, but there'll be another, you'll get one more postcard from me before the end of Horizons. And I thought that might be a nice way to be able to keep you to remember about Horizons. So that one, this one won't go in my box because this is for me to send out to a student, but you might want to include that in your box. So again, it's really personal preference. It's really, you can ask your family what some ideas that they think that they might want to include in your box or your coffee can or whatever it is that you end up using to kind of help them remember 2020. And then, like I said, the whole idea is put it away once it's done. This particular box I can't really decorate. It's hard to decorate because it's already a black box. But if you have something that you can decorate the outside, go ahead and decorate it. Put your name on it. Put 2020 on it. Put it away and then decide, what, maybe a year from now, we're going to open it back up and look back and see what we were doing a year ago. Maybe it'll be in 5 years, maybe in 10, maybe when you grow up. Maybe you'll just put it up in a closet, which is probably what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to be all finished with mine, and then I'm going to put it up in my closet. And then one day in the future, I'm going to be cleaning out the closet and go, oh, hey, there's my 2020 time capsule. Let's open up and see what's in here. Because I probably will throw some pictures in there as well, just to capture the time. So I hope you've enjoyed this series. Like I said, each video I've kind of gone through quickly, so feel free to go back and watch them again. Pause when you need to do your best on your pictures and on your book and that type of thing. And as always, this is Miss Cheryl. I look forward to seeing you guys. Talk to you later.